Ooh, can I have some? All right, well, now it's time for our Ta Loca Es, where we call motherfuckers out for doing the most. And so, there was a post made by a male person in our circle, and it caused the debate. I like almost immediately slipped into his DMs about this post because it was on his story, and it said, "Women logic." With a colon, and it said 73 seconds of writing for 18 minutes of backshot mania equals a fair trade. In other words, they're saying that men put in 18 minutes worth of work, of physical labor during sex, in trade for women only doing 73 seconds worth of work during sex. And I was just like, hold up, because like, I know I'm not a woman, right? But I get things inserted into my hole. And I know that there is work that goes into sex on our end. Right. And it immediately sparked this debate between he and I, because I was like, okay, yeah, it's like doing crunches, and yeah, you're trying not to come on his end. That was his logic. He was like, the burn of the abs from trying to keep a steady rhythm and trying not to come early before the girl comes.
I'm sorry, I hate men.
So what are y'all thinking? Like, let's list the work that ladies put into their sex lives. Like, first off, I think there's a point where like the pain of the initial insertion needs to be accounted for in the work.
Especially during anal, right? Because we're talking. Yes. Okay, now let's get into anal. Now let's get into the logistics. Anal hurts.
Yes.
Anal with a big dick man hurts a lot. Taking that and still being able to sort of like, you have to focus on like, all right, you have to relax your muscles because you need to ease your pain because you want to enjoy it too. And then like, hey, if you didn't like do a douche or some shit like that, you're like, and now I'm also concerned about feces in this interaction. And even just the prep, pause. Men who are tops or straight males do not need to douche and do all the pre-prep that women have to do. Okay, shaving your balls might be really hard, but like, have you tried to shave your inner lip without fucking cutting yourself? Like, everybody has difficult angles that they're working with here, so let's not even fucking bring shaving into the equation. Their organ is out, mine is all in. I'm in my shower literally trying to like fucking do yoga just to make sure I don't have one fucking hair so these motherfuckers could enjoy it and have a smooth pussy. That is also work. Also Kegels, right? Kegels, actually, like when you're Kegling on a dick when you're riding it so that it feels like tighter, because women were so hypnotized with this notion of like, oh, if we're not tight enough, he's not gonna enjoy it. But like that, it's almost like if you're trying to get tickled, what do you do? And you don't want to be tickled, you tighten up, right? So then you don't feel the tickle anymore. Yeah, well, when I'm tightening my pussy that much, at this point, my nerve endings are now tight, so it's less enjoyable than if I was just on top of you riding without trying to Kegel, because that relaxation will really allow for the stimulation to please me more than it pleases you. So I also sacrifice my quote-unquote come in when I'm up there for the 73 seconds is always more than 73 seconds. These motherfuckers swear. And these motherfuckers like swear they're having sex for 2 whole hours.
Yes,
and it'll be 30 minutes.
Swear.
45 minutes. If it's 2 hours, y'all are taking breaks in between. Who's fucking for 2 hours straight?
Maybe when we were,
when you were a teenager, but grown-ass men. Y'all not fucking for 2 hours. Have you guys seen the
Leslie Jones stand-up?
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, okay. Because she talks about having sex in your 20s, 30s, and then 40s. It's like, all right, 45 minutes at most. That includes me walking up the stairs. Like, that shit. Yo, I die. But versus 20, you're like, we're going to fuck all night. And you're just like, why? Yeah. Why are we going to fuck all night? Like, no, let's just... Yeah. You guys have to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, do you agree? What do you think? Do you think we put in enough work?
Oh, man, this is a debate that I have all the time with just my boyfriend. Like, he's like, what are you complaining about? You don't do shit. I'm like, excuse me? Like, are you kidding? I mean, listen, we do. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to.
Let me tell you something. Oh, and I failed to list dick sucking. I just want to throw that in there. It's also a lot of work.
Exactly. We're going to get into that shit. I'm sorry. You won't think... Because
that's what I also brought that up into a debate, because they don't call it a job for nothing,
right?
Like who was it that said it on Sex and the City? They don't call it a job for nothing. You're trying to hold your breath, not gag. Like, still look sexy. Maybe look into your eyes a little bit. Like,
trying to look all like.
And you know, some of them like for you to gag and do all this. It's like, you know, that's.
Yeah.
Spitting, like, listen, that's just work in and of itself.
Trying to breathe.
Right. Let me tell you something. I had to master breathing while giving head. I was like, this is not productive for me. If I'm going to be in this dick, if this thing is going to go down this throat, I need to learn how to breathe. Otherwise, they show us how I ain't out here getting 73 seconds worth of head. So honestly, I think sex and this idea that penetration is the focus of sex is wrong, because that's not how everybody has sex. Not everybody has sex that way. And quite frankly, sometimes I come harder when I'm getting eaten out than when they're doing all of this fucking work. Sometimes I'm there and you think you're doing the most. Well, maybe I should start letting y'all know, like, actually, you're doing a lot right now and it's not doing much for me. Do you want to take a break? Since I know you, but it's so much fucking work. Oh, sex.